New Moon Taurus astrology reading. How are you doing now? Whew, we are really in for some volatile energy this new moon. New moon Taurus moving into that full moon Scorpio, my favorite because I am a Scorpio. This is a super moon packing a real big punch with super moon, new moon. The moon is bigger and brighter than normal with a volatile T-square happening between the sun and new moon in Taurus, Mars in Leo, and Pluto in Aquarius that is squaring on April 21st. Sun square Pluto on the 23rd exact. Mars will be opposing Pluto on the 27th as we have this new moon, which coincides with this whole new lunar cycle, this super moon in Taurus. And on the 25th, these squares, this volatile T-square between the sun, Mars, and Pluto is going to be bringing that diamond making pressure, like the earth smashing underground that will eventually create diamonds. But for now, it's just a big headache. This one is hitting the fixed signs. Oh, how I hate to say this is hitting the fixed signs. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. You will be feeling this fixed sign T-square. Most of all, raise your hand. If you are a fixed sign, leave me a comment and I will send you some distance Reiki because the fixed signs we're going to be feeling it, but we all have these fixed signs somewhere in your chart. If you know in your chart where Leo, Aquarius, and Taurus show up, that is where we will be feeling it the most. So no one here gets out without feeling the pressure, the diamond making pressure. Geomagnetic pressure. Could we have earthquakes? Could we have, where I live, there's Mount Adams volcano. They're saying Mount Adams may explode, and that would be crazy. We could have volcanoes and earthquakes. This is really intense. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this is a time when you want to nurture yourself. And my medicine for these times is my rose oil. I'm always talking about this rose oil. You're just going to want to get some aromatherapy, some rose oil, and just breathe it in. This rose oil soothes the heart and it'll bring you to this higher vibration where, oh, my kitty's visiting. That's my little kitty. Cats can help too. That cat energy and the rose oil will help you to transcend everything that is going on right now. And Reiki helps too. And I will be teaching a Reiki for Abundance class on Sunday, April 27th on this new moon with just one spot left. This class is almost full. I've got one spot left. Is it for you? If you live in Bend, this will just be at my home spot in Bend, Oregon. And rose oil and Reiki is my coping mechanism. I'm also really into this little product placement right now, but I recently got a bit of a cold and I've been doing this Tulsi. I don't know if you can see it. I'm not aiming this very well. This is Tulsi Holy Basil, and this is just this beautiful, look at this green liquid. It is so good. I'm going to take some right now. Rose oil, Reiki, and holy basil, Tulsi, is my coping mechanisms for this energetically explosive new supermoon we have with just a high potential for conflict in our world. What is going to happen next? This is characterized by Mars now entering Leo, where Mars, normal ruler of Aries, Mars, the warrior, who's so fiery. Mars has been in Cancer for so long, and Mars is debilitated in Cancer. So it's been kind of nice. Maybe you haven't had a temper. And now when Mars enters that fiery Leo, oh, Mars is going to let you know what it's not happy about. Mars in Leo is very aggressive, attention-seeking energy. And of course, Pluto is in Aquarius, where Pluto will be for a really long time. And the Sun in Taurus, these are all fixed signs. In Scorpio, who's the other fixed sign, there's four fixed signs. Scorpio doesn't have any planets in the game. Scorpio's like, hey, this doesn't involve me. Can I just step out while you guys fight about it? We're just pulled in. Scorpio will be pulled in by default by being a fixed sign, darn it, as the issues of attention seeking, ownership, power struggles, and material resources are really coming up. This is a battlegrounds T-square, and our world is going to need some deep therapy to get over these struggles this month as we move from the Taurus new moon moving into Scorpio full moon. I guess that's when Scorpio will show up. We were going to have even more trade war tensions that could escalate quickly now because Pluto, being in opposition to Mars, stands for that determination to win no matter what the stakes are. You're just that competitive monopoly player that has to win out of greed and hate. But also, there's a danger of violence because Mars is so fiery in Leo. And Pluto also rules secrets, even sexual secrets. So there could be some secrets behind the scenes, things that we don't really know what's happening. And there could be actual war. The wars will get more explosive and downright ruthlessness with this energy. And that Mars in Leo, Mars is going to be in Leo for a while. That gives us that ambition to be seen. Mars in Leo is like when people have Mars in Leo, they often become famous because they just have to be seen, craving the limelight with a strong desire to express yourself, to be noticed, and to be the center of attention. We'll probably see a lot of social media activity. Leo is very fiery, energetic, very passionate, creative, and confident. And with Mars lighting up this fire sign, it's like fireworks. You cannot ignore it. There's this explosive energy coming in that is demanding us to pay attention to what is happening now, what is going on. And Pluto in Aquarius, Mars and Pluto will be opposite. Pluto in Aquarius represents deep transformation to the collective. Whew, what's going to happen? We're all in this collective awakening, but also big changes happening in our power structures. And Aquarius is innovative, independent, and forward thinking. This is bringing up a big shift in the paradigm that we cannot ignore. So be vigilant during these days and do not rush mindlessly into conflict with others. And I love to say with these strong Mars aspects, like Mars opposite Pluto, do not engage with crazy. Say it back to me. Do not engage with crazy. There's going to be a lot of crazy making in this next lunar cycle. And we've had two Mars-Pluto oppositions. One was at the beginning of November, right before the election that brought us here. And then again in January of 2025, when Trump took office, we had that Mars-Pluto opposition really empowering Trump. You know, he had the ultimate power. And Pluto is the natural ruler of Scorpio, that fixed sign that's trying to stay out of the game. Scorpio, opposite Mars, ruler of Aries, brings power struggles that leads to war. And we're just really seeing this with the trade wars. Aggressions with China are getting more intense. It's crazy. And so it brings to mind this quote for me that I immediately thought of when I was looking at the chart for this month. Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. And those in positions of power are prone to abuse that power. And if left unchecked, absolute power is especially likely to lead to corruption, tyranny, and war. This is really what this T-square represents. Power corrupting and absolute power, which Trump is trying to take. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Whew, pretty intense times. And now could be the time of the final showdown when these unresolved questions around this total corruption of power that we're seeing may finally be settled in some way. Cross your fingers big time. It's going to take some big faith. And faith in these old crumbling systems, perhaps. This time does not just need these testosterone-driven fighters, but we also need those who can present a new way forward by tapping in to the divine love vibrations that come when you're breathing in that rose oil. I love this. Isn't this just the prettiest little bottle? We need to breathe in our rose oil to call in the heartfelt, divine love that is showing up in the Sabian symbol for this Taurus new moon, giving us a little beacon of hope and faith that change can come when we all collectively awaken through our heart to simply increase our own energetic frequency with deep healing by opening our hearts through Reiki, meditation, prayer, whatever it takes for you to get into that deep felt heart space, deep faith that something better might just be unfolding on this new moon. If you can just believe that, that is powerful. We can collectively awaken to a higher path forward that we are all birthing in. And I talk about this in my 9-star key reading, that we are all here to birth in this new way forward through love. And Venus, planet of love, who has now stationed direct, and Venus has risen as the morning star now. You can see her just before sunrise in the morning, shining bright. She's back, baby. She is exactly conjunct Saturn on April 30th, bringing up huge karmic lessons around love and money. And a lot of astrologers are really doom and gloom about this Venus-Saturn conjunction. But what if this could be some shining light of good karma? And what if it could all just turn out even better than you could have imagined? Sure, relationships that are already in crisis, they might finally break up, or people could be getting divorced under this Venus, Saturn. Venus represents love and money. Saturn can sometimes represent restrictions. So you may be restricted from finding true love or having more money, but it can also be Saturn is also the ruler of wealth. So Saturn can bring good karma and unexpected wealth, an unexpected windfall, an unexpected new love that shows up on this karmic way. Maybe you connect to a new twin flame on this new moon. And you can have this deep connection, finding a higher love, manifesting greater wealth. These are all possible too with Venus and Saturn. When you ask, believe, you will receive, and just focus on the believing more than anything else. Focus on believing and having faith this month with all your heart for whatever you're trying to call in. Because if there's love in the dream, it will come true. If you have a heartfelt new moon intention, leave it in the comments. I will send distance Reiki for it to come true for you. I will help you believe and receive. And on April 30th, Venus is going to be leaving Pisces, where she's been for a really long time. And Venus will enter Aries. Venus moves into the fire with all these fiery planets we have right now. Venus will be motivated to really raise our love vibration as we move towards that Scorpio full moon, when I will be hosting my spring health fair for the Bend Health Guide. And if you live in Central Oregon and you would like a free ticket to come to the health fair to get some healing, we're going to have a lot of hands-on healing, some incredible raffle prizes that we've been getting to for like Fix and Repeat Restaurant gave us multiple $50 gift cards, and Chillwell, who's has saunas and cold plunges, they gave us gift cards. And we have all of these vendors who are giving us gift cards and swag bags. Anyways, if you would like a free ticket, leave your name in the comments, and I'm now at the point where I can give away some free tickets. We know how many people we've sold tickets. The morning is almost sold out, but the afternoon, I could give free tickets for the afternoon. I'm going to be at this health fair giving free Reiki healing sessions on my infrared biomat with my singing bowls. I'll be doing like Tibetan gong baths where I put the singing bowl right on your chest and I ring it, and it's just beautiful. So leave a comment and I will gift you a free ticket for this health fair happening on Saturday, May 10th. It's Mother's Day weekend and we're celebrating mothers. We're going to have the Glenwood Fae fairies there. So you can bring your kids to meet the fairies while you sneak off and get some hands-on healing, massage, acupuncture, chiropractic, Reiki. We've got a bunch of energy healers, even some energy modalities I've never heard of, which is amazing. So I can't wait to get some healing there too. But getting back to the sun and new moon in Taurus with that Mars in Leo that is also trine Neptune in Aries, this is about digging deep to unearth your own natural resources, your own natural gifts. You're tapping into your divine gifts and bringing them into the light, unearthing your own treasures. So get inspired by this Mars Neptune trine, because this brings you an opportunity to create something new in a really fun way. And you can plant your new moon seeds of intention with a fiery faith this month that you don't need to have all the answers just yet. We can just see what shows up for you in the coming months. And if you have a new moon intention, like I said, leave it in the comments and I will send Reiki for it to bloom like a little egg cracking open. It's just before Easter and my cat is playing with this little shiny, look at this fun little egg. It has this incredible light to it, just a natural light. And I want to read this optimistic Sabian symbol for this new moon at 7 degrees of Taurus, even with that T-square that is causing all that diamond making pressure. We can have hope and faith that something good is unearthing now, because this Sabian symbol is all about love. So if you're looking for love, this is a lover's moon. And this is just trying to crack us all open to love, crack open our hearts to love. And I just did the 9-star key astrology reading for April. And this month is ruled by the 9 fire star of love that is opening our hearts as well all month long. The Sabian symbol for 7 degrees of Taurus is the woman of Samaria at the ancestral well. And the keynote is the meeting of the traditional past and of the creative spirit, pointing to the future. Symbolically, where we're at, leaving behind the past of that 12th house Pisces, where we had all the planets lining up in a stellium. And now all of those planets are little by little moving into Aries, Venus, Mercury, the North Node, Saturn. They're all Neptune in Aries. They're all moving from that 12th house, the old ways, into Aries, the new way forward. And so this Sabian symbol for this Taurus new moon refers to the episode of the Christ mythos. Early in his ministry, Jesus meets a Samaritan woman at an ancestral well. And this woman belongs to a tribe that is despised by the Jews. And moreover, she is unmarried and therefore on the fringe of even her own society for the days. So it is to just that kind of woman that Jesus reveals that he is the Messiah. I am he says. A revelation that he apparently will not bestow even upon his disciples, at least not in words, such as he does for this woman who is alone. What does this mean? Jesus, as the avatar incorporating the Christ impulse, came to replace the old tribal order with a new order, a new way based upon universal love. And it is not to be representative of even the highest ordered men that Jesus could reveal his spiritual, evolutionary, and society transforming status. Instead, he reveals it to this woman. The men had to reach a point where they could discover his avatar ship on their own, as a Peter eventually does. But to the woman of Samaria, who in her openness to love's urgings had already transcended the narrow subservience of an old way, of an old order. Jesus could reveal in words his true self to her alone. And the highest meets the lowest when the lowest is free from traditional bonds and is purely open to this divine love that is what Jesus has to offer. And the creative future descends first to that which has become chaos. Whew, we are in a state of chaos now. An old order is never open to a new revelation until it has accepted the disorder in the name of that power which subsumes all forms of order, that is pure divine love. Whew, there is no greater power than this divine love. And on this new moon Taurus at 7 degrees, we are finding collectively a new way of being revealed through the power of love. And this renders the old patterns as absolutely obsolete. Obsolete. And this is a perfect time for me to teach Reiki for Abundance, where I'll be giving these Reiki attunements that open the heart chakra to align with this higher divine love energy, to align with the power of love, to usher in this new way forward collectively. I am cautiously optimistic that despite the chaos in our world right now, we are ushering in a higher vibration of just pure, divine, rose-scented love. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the flip side next time for that Scorpio full moon. Can't wait.